Grand Rising. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a peaceful, positive start to your day today. If not, I pray that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High, help you with that today. I also pray that He clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. It is approximately 5:30 a.m. local time. Already got the poly going this morning. This rising. Also, just a little side note, I do have the back door open so the dogs can go in and out. So if you hear barking and I take off running, that's why. All right, we're going to start off with a daily scripture, then we'll get our mantra and our affirmations. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses. As we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, Ashe. You know, I used to talk about it a lot. We don't really talk about it that much anymore. About the Bible and who actually wrote it, and, you know, why you have to kind of learn to read between the lines and, you know, listen to your own intuition in regards to it. I watched a video with, I think his name is Terrence Howard, and it was talking about that subject. And the best thing I can do, other than just share my opinion and share the knowledge that I have, is just encourage you to do your own research. You know, really educate yourself. You should never just take somebody's word for anything, no matter what the topic is. But that also being said, don't dive too deep that you can't find your way back out. You know what I mean? Like, some of those rabbit holes you can go down can be pretty dark and pretty depressing. So, you know, don't get stuck there. Don't stay there very long. Whoa. Okay. Easy now. All right. Proverbs 31:25. There's a whole bunch of them that fell on the floor, but I'll get them later. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Proverbs 31:25. She is clothed with strength and dignity. It's making me think about the mini affirmation that we got yesterday. Let's see if it's still here. My value is measured by my own standards of success. Oh, I put one in backwards. I see it. Your value is not based on your accomplishments. Your value is not necessarily based on what you can offer. Determine your own value instead of letting others determine it for you. I can't change which way the river bends, so I might as well strap in and enjoy this strange little boat ride. Grand Rising. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a peaceful, positive start to your day today. We can't change what... It's making me think of the Truman... not the Truman Show. It's the movie where he's the weather guy or whatever. But anyways, that's the way the cookie crumbles. That's Jim Carrey. God rest his soul. I am healing, even if it doesn't feel like it. They got Jim Carrey, man. I don't really voice my opinion on stuff like that very often, but they did. Jim Carrey, the Jim Carrey that we know no longer exists. But thankfully, he shared a lot of wisdom with us before he did leave. He shared his awakening journey with us. And if you go back and pull up old interviews, back when they were saying he was crazy and, all that jazz, that's what they do. They try to convince us that they're crazy so we don't actually listen. But that being said, he shared a lot of wisdom with us before they took him. So, that could be another place to expand your knowledge and to go deeper. I am gentle with myself and recognize my beauty. Write down 3 things that make you unique. I embrace change as a natural part of life. Identify one small change you've been resisting and take the first step toward embracing it. I can't change which way the river bends, so I might as well strap in. This roller coaster ride we call life. Change is inevitable. Some change is good, some change not so much. Sometimes it's just the way you look at it, the perspective that you see it from. Change is a natural part of life. If you're growing, you're changing. If you're increasing your knowledge, you're changing. The world is constantly changing. Throat chakra, communication, and crown chakra, spiritual awareness. From our chakra affirmations, I communicate openly and honestly to express my thoughts and feelings clearly. I share my inner knowledge freely with integrity and without fear. There you go, talking about knowledge again. Communicating with each other, sharing our knowledge, sharing our ideas, sharing our opinions. My aim is to be fully understood by others. I am open to giving and receiving praise, and I will be careful not to talk excessively and make it all about me. I create space in my conversation for others to communicate with me. I inquire about others' thoughts and feelings, as listening to their truth can be uplifting. Actually participating in conversation instead of just waiting for your turn to speak. Listening to other people's opinions, their views, their perspectives. If you're willing to actually listen, it could actually, inspire you, or you could learn something, or even if you don't necessarily learn something, it could allow you to see things from a different perspective. Spiritual awareness. When my mind sways negatively, I remind myself of love, truth, gratitude, and spirit. I am the observer of my thoughts, and I do not let them bring me down. Remember what I said earlier about the rabbit holes? I remind myself to have gratitude and acceptance for what is, and to have the courage of my convictions. I continually pursue a clearer understanding of spiritual truths behind all that is and all that is unfolding. I ask myself, is what I am thinking the truth? And is it having a positive or negative impact on my life? Kind of going back to what we talked about yesterday about our intentions, about our truth. Are the things that you see as truth really the truth, or is that just how you feel? Because feelings and facts are not the same thing. You're sitting alone in a corner putting yourself down while other people are wondering how you do it. Hey, what are you doing? We're doing some affirmations. We're getting some encouragement for our day. All right, let's get some wild offering affirmations. empowerment, change, and contentment. Bam! Full circle already. Direction on the bottom of the deck and courage on the top of the deck. Wow. Pick your direction. Have courage to follow your convictions. When I ask the divine to take over, I get pulled into my own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants my wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. Finding your empowerment, being content, and finding your courage. Embracing the change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me to the one who can take it. Find your courage to take that step, maybe to change directions, to embrace the change. Courage is not the lack of fear. It is the ability to push through the fear. The ability to do it anyways. Do it scared, so they say. All right, let's get a couple Angels of Abundance oracles. We are at 12:40 on the timer. Conscious consumer and have courage to ask for help and accept it. Wow. We got bountiful nature on the bottom of the deck and abundance mindset on the top of the deck. Conscious consumer and have courage to ask for help. A strong theme for today. She is clothed in strength and dignity. I can't change which way the river bends, so I might as well strap in. I embrace change as a natural part of life. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often, when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance, as well as give it to others as you are guided. Conscious consumer. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. So paying attention to your spending, paying attention, being aware, being cautious and conscientious of the purchases you are making, the companies that you're buying them from. We don't talk about it here often enough, really, but I have mentioned it about the bioengineered food ingredients. Every day, there's more and more products that I'm noticing that have bioengineered food ingredients. Everything from Yoplait yogurt to bread to chips, especially candy. I mean, it's in everything. So just be aware. Buy local when you can. That's something that is going to continue to grow and impact the world in a very significant way. Them tampering with our food. And if you go back in history, that's how many civilizations were led to slavery, was through food. Another suggestion I can make is intermediate fasting. Only eat once a day. And maybe snack here and there when you need to, a handful of nuts, a piece of fruit, or something like that. But really try to get your body used to not eating all the time. The food pyramid, the 3 meals a day, all that programming that we've lived with our whole lives, that's literally all it was programming. It was meant to turn us into consumers. Gluttonous consumers at that. Okay, let's do a namaste card. This is the Stress Less deck, the Namaste deck. All these decks can be found on Amazon. Be content with what you have. Going back to the conscious consumer, don't do a bunch of frivolous spending. Don't go out there buying a bunch of stuff that you don't need. Name your emotions. When we are passionate about an issue, we become immersed in a feeling we don't quite understand. Learn to name your emotions. This will help you understand what you are feeling. Getting to know what is driving you will allow you to connect with what you stand for. Instead of letting your passion and emotions take over your actions and thoughts, name your emotions so you will have more awareness of why you are feeling or acting a certain way. Being aware of your emotions, understanding why we do what we do, or say what we say, or why we feel the way that we feel. Going deeper in regards to analyzing our emotions and understanding them. Being empowered by them. A lot of times we get just the opposite. We put ourselves down and we talk negatively about ourselves because of the way we react or feel about certain topics or situations. A lot of times, by other people, they even demean us for how passionate we get and how excited we get. They tell us that we're too much. And I have dealt with that my whole life, so I totally understand that. But don't allow that to change you. Remain true to who you are. Even though the people, places, and world may change around you, you do not have to change to be loved and accepted. I am gentle with myself and recognize my beauty. I embrace change as a natural part of life. Yes, we do change as people, but let those changes be natural changes. Don't change who you are because it's what other people expect. All right, let's get an affirmation from the Affirmators deck. We haven't pulled from this deck in quite some time. This is the Unicorn deck. Self-help without all the self-helpiness. And then after this, we'll call it 20:01 on the timer when I looked. Going back to the courage, have the courage to be your true, authentic self. Empower yourself. Don't expect that empowerment from outside sources. She is clothed in strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Embracing the change. Being happy about the change. Seeing the different perspectives of the change. I don't know why I put that back in there like that. Letting go is what came out. Generosity on the bottom of the deck. And everyone's a teacher on the top of the deck. What were we talking about at the beginning of the video about sharing your knowledge and gaining knowledge from other people? Expanding your mind. Seeing all the little things that happen through your day-to-day life as opportunities to learn and grow. Letting go. Don't dwell on bad things that happen. I let go because I have enough heavy things to carry around. And also, grudges aren't a great look. So don't dwell on the bad things. Let it go. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Letting go of people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Whether that be mindsets, thought patterns, emotions. Going back to the Namaste card, name your emotions. Naming them, acknowledging them so that you can feel them and release them. And it's not a one-time fix. You know, like we talked yesterday, that's, for most of us, that's something that we continually work on throughout our lives. Everyone's a teacher. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons, I sometimes call a-holes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today, I'm thanking all the a-holes. Thank you for playing your part in making me a better person. So not allowing other people to steal your joy, understanding that interacting with people like that teaches us patience, it teaches us grace, it teaches us forgiveness. Generosity. I give generously to those around me. No matter how much or how little I have, I know there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. So reciprocation, you know, sharing positive energy, doing good in the world when you can. I say it every day, and we'll say it right now. Be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it could have on yours. I hope this encourages somebody today. Have grace for yourself and others. Aim for positive communication. Share your knowledge with someone. Be open to receiving knowledge from unexpected places or people. Embrace change and be gentle with yourselves. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.